Today, we're exploring Rhodes, doing the Cities of Nights for a day excursion. Come along with us and explore the city and all it has to offer. Now, if you're just joining in, we are on our 7-night Greek Isle Glow cruise with Virgin Voyages. Today's stop is going to be Rhodes, or as they call it, Rhodos, which Rhodo means flower. A couple things to note about this excursion. It is a 4.5-hour duration. It is not wheelchair accessible. Some things that we'll be looking at today are going to be several artifacts in the Acropolis of Rhodes, including the theater, stadium, and temple of Pythion Apollo. We are going to drive over to the hilltop of Filerimos to see the restored medieval monastery overlooking the sea. We're going to visit the Palace of the Grand Masters, a 14th century castle, now museum, once commanded by the Ottoman Empire and Kingdom of Italy. We're going to stroll along the night streets, a Gothic road of former inns where knights used to stay, and are all still functional now. And then we're going to have some free time to explore. Now, some other things. There is approximately a 45-minute drive to Filerimos. I'm probably saying that really wrong. I'm so sorry for all my Greek-speaking people. And then we'll have about 30 minutes of free time as well. We should be wearing some comfortable walking shoes because a lot of the steps here are going to be uneven ground or cobblestone. So you want to make sure that you're not wearing heels. The order of the sites can always vary from what is on your list, so just be mindful about that. And then the shore thing is operated has received a third-party certification based on Global Sustainability Tourism Council criteria. So we did book this through Virgin Voyages. We really prefer to do that through the cruise line because if you get into a predicament and something happens on the tour and you're going to be late getting back to the cruise ship, if it's done through them, they'll find a way to get you back. If you book it outside of there, you're kind of on your own. So that's why we prefer to book it through the cruise line. And it's just easier because it's already in with the rest of your stuff that you can just add it on. Now, cost-wise, this was one of the lower cost excursions that we found. It was only $95 for each of us. So even though you're paying that for the excursion, don't forget you also still need to bring some money to tip your tour guide and bus driver. You also have to remember that these tour guides go through a lot in order to be able to do this stuff. I know one of the girls we talked to in Athens said they do like a 3 to 4 year training before they can do these types of things, and then a couple of the other tour guides also said the same thing. So there is a lot of schooling and knowledge that goes into all of these. So today our tour will be led by Maria and our bus driver is Sparrow. Now we are going to be taken up to Filerimos to start at the Filerimos Monastery of Rhodes, Greece. Now this is going to be located at the top of the mountain. It is an important archaeological site, and once stood here was the Acropolis of the ancient Ilissos, which is the important temple dedicated to Athena Polias. Now, this has been a beautiful drive across the island and up this hill. You can really see a lot of Rhodes and the beautiful sides of it. Now, some fun facts is I feel like there's a ton of peacocks around the island, and you'll see them on some of the other islands as well. And this area is beautiful, serene, and there's a big energy shift that happens when you get into this space. I think it has something to do with, looking and being able to see and touch these stones and these buildings, all these architectural things that were built back in the 14th century that are still here. Some of it has been rebuilt, but just still being able to see all of this is just stunning. Because I feel like over here in the States, we don't really get this because the United States are so new. So a lot of the ways that we've created buildings and architecture is more modern day than what they used back here in the 14th century. Side note, there are going to be other groups going on this excursion as well. So pay attention. You'll get a little radio pack with a color, and you want to try to stick with them so you can hear your leader. Also, when you get out of range, it'll start getting crackly and you won't hear them. The other group going had a very similar color to what we had, so we had to pay attention to where we were at. So just know anytime you're going on an excursion and they're having a guided tour, you'll have the similar situation as well. The first building we started with was the Church of Our Lady of Filerimos. Say that 10 times fast. As you can see, there is a painting here of the icon of the Blessed Virgin, painted by the Apostle Luke. This stayed here for a while, and then it started getting taken and swapped around by the knights to France, and then to Italy, then to Malta, and Russia, where it stayed until 1917. Revolution, and then since 2002, it's been kept in the Blue Chapel of the National Museum of Montenegro, and then a copy has been put in its place. From here, we walked over and looked at the rest of the monastery. Now, during the Turkish occupation, they did destroy it, and then it was later rebuilt by the Italians. Then, during the Second World War, the monks left and returned to Italy, so the monastery has been closed ever since then. We couldn't really get into a lot of the spaces, but there was a really cool broken chip of the door that we could get the camera in to see, which was really pretty. Now, as you're walking around, you're going to see tons of things that relate to Catholicism in some way, a lot of the saints, the Virgin Mary that we saw. So a lot of religious historic background within these walls. Now, once you're done looking at all these buildings, make sure you take this pathway down. You're going to be able to get one of the most gorgeous views of Rhodes and the Aegean Sea from here. So they will direct you to go down here at some point. You've got these cool tree formations that you get to walk under, but you're definitely going to want to check this out. And then make sure you head back up and go the opposite way. There's another really cool tree structure over there. And then hidden all the way in the back are more buildings, which I didn't see till the last like 5 minutes of the tour. So that was a quick swooping out. So definitely spend a little bit of time back there. After this, we loaded back into the buses and headed out. On our highlights, it said that we were stopping at the Acropolis of Rhodes to see the theater, stadium, temple of the Pythian Apollo, and some artifacts from there. So what actually happened was they pulled the bus over to the side of the road. We got to see it from there, and then we kept going. So it was like a quick 5 to 10 minute thing. I think it can vary by the tour or how timing's going that day if you actually get to stop over there. But that was our experience. And from there, we head to our next spot. Now heading down to the bottom of the hill, we are headed over to the Palace of the Grand Masters. This is that huge castle that we've kind of seen the outer walls of. Let me just say it is massive and pretty amazing. We got to see and meet a real knight and hold his sword, which was really heavy. If you do see him, make sure you also leave him a little tip. I'm going to stop talking and kind of just montage through the castle because there's so much to see and so much artwork and so much history. So I'm just going to let you enjoy that, and then I'll pop back on once we get through that. All right, we're back, and just have to say that was amazing. Looking at all these historical pieces, the architecture, the furniture, the paintings, everything. It's so cool. I'm honestly really surprised how much we love this tour. I think Rhodes is probably my favorite so far that we've been over here in Greece, which I was also not expecting. But now that we've got to go through that tour, we get to end by either leaving with the group or we can hand our stuff in. They told us how to get back to the ship. It's not too far, and we're going to head through the Bazaar to kind of look at all the stuff. So even this castle keeps spreading out, and you're still finding all of these shops nooked into places within the town setting. There's lots of shopping, but we found this really cute gelato and dessert shop called Hans and Gretel, and it is the most adorable thing I've seen, and it's really good. So if you're going through here and you want something cute and adorable, you got kids, they're gonna love this. Make sure you stop and grab a sweet treat from here. From here, we headed back to the ship to relax, shower, and get ready for tonight. We are doing dinner at Gumbay, one of our favorite restaurants. Super fun. If you've not been there, you definitely have to check it out when you're on Virgin. And then we are going to go see some shows and do some stuff around the ship. So thanks for hanging out with us today. We hope you enjoyed Rhodes as much as we did. If you have been here, let us know what your thoughts are and if there's any cool spots you found. If you've not, let us know if you'd want to go here and what you're looking forward to. Now, don't forget, if you are not subscribed already, please go ahead and hit that button down below. That way you can be updated when we post all of our new video. And then also comment, like, share, whatever you feel most appropriate for you, but sharing with others really helps get our names out there. And if you're looking for your own Virgin Voyages cruise, we would love to help you get set up on it. Now, that's all we have for you today. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week with a brand new video. Have a wonderful day. Bye.